Yo, what is going on guys? nKuch here, and today we're going to be doing a Rise of Iron preparation guide. For those of you who don't know, the raid will be coming out 3 days after the launch of the expansion, and that doesn't really give us a lot of time to grind. Everybody's going to be trying to get through the content as quickly as possible, and hopefully this video can help you all out and give you a little bit of a jump start. The first thing you're going to want to do is make sure that every single one of your characters is level 40 with 335 light. Now personally, I am not there yet. I am not max light. I think I only need one light level on both of my characters, and that is the artifact slot. So I'm going to go ahead and go into Court of Oryx tonight and make sure that I get myself to max light level. The next thing you want to do is go to the tower and make sure to pick up every single one of the god rolled weapons from each vendor. The reason why you want to do this is because once the Rise of Iron expansion comes out, all of the weapons and rolls will be reset, and you might not even be able to get these weapons again. So I definitely recommend going for the Vanity and the Vacancy from Future War Cult, both fantastic rolls that I highly recommend. Now from the Crucible Quartermaster, if you do not have a god rolled Hawksaw yet, I recommend picking this one up because it has a lot of stability and range perks that makes it very effective. Now the next thing that I recommend getting is, if you don't have a good machine gun, the Ruin Wake is a perfect option. I picked this up as soon as the Taken King came out with my legendary marks, and I've been using it probably for 6-7 months until I ended up getting a pretty good zombie apocalypse. And the last thing I recommend is the Panta Ray. Very good perks on this weapon, and it can kill from a very far range. Last but not least, we have to show the Vanguard Quartermaster some love. The one thing that I recommend out of all of these weapons is the 1000-yard stare, and the reason why I recommend it is because some people are not lucky with RNG and they can't find themselves a very good roll. So if you don't have a sniper that you absolutely love, try out the 1000-yard stare from the Vanguard Quartermaster, because it has ambush, underdog, and unflinching, which is honestly a pretty decent roll. The next thing on the list is something that's super effective, and a ton of people do it every single time a brand new expansion or DLC is about to come out, and that is faction edging. For those of you who don't know what that is, I'll explain really quickly. It's when you get enough experience to almost rank up any faction or vendor. That way, once the expansion actually comes out, you can just hand in one bounty or do any activity and then level up and get yourself a brand new legendary for that specific expansion. So I'm going to be doing that across all 3 characters for every single one of my vendors, and I'm going to complete bounties and make sure that I can just hand it in on day 1 and get a ton of new weapons that hopefully look really cool and have great rolls, and I'll be able to make videos on them as well. One thing I wanted to mention about the faction edging is that you should be very careful once you're done with the process. Leveling up by accident a few days before the update or expansion comes out is a massive mistake, and honestly it's happened to me a few times in the past, and it is just such a horrible time because it was such a stupid mistake. Make sure you leave faction edging to the very last minute and only do it a few days before the expansion comes out. The next few things are very essential if you want to get a good head start when the expansion comes out, and that is to make sure you have maximum amount of glimmer, legendary marks, and then obviously a shit ton of strange coins and motes of light. You're going to be leveling up and upgrading a lot of new gear, so motes are going to be absolutely necessary, and then strange coins are good for 3 things. Number 1, buying new exotics from Xur. Number 2, buying a lot of 3 of coins so you can get exotic engrams, and last but not least, and in my opinion the most important, is buying a ton of heavy ammo synths. I would stack up on these like crazy right now until the expansion comes out. I'm planning on getting about 1,000 to 2,000 heavy ammo synths. That way I can go over to the factions as soon as Rise of Iron is released and just open up 10 to 20 packages, which would get me so much new gear, and honestly it would just help me so much in terms of light level. The last tip that I have for you guys is honestly my absolute favorite. It's so cool because I haven't heard anybody talking about this until my buddy brought it up a few weeks ago, and that is to save every single one of your legendaries that you would normally dismantle, throw them into the vault, and as soon as Rise of Iron comes out, dismantle them for legendary marks. Now, it seems like such a simple idea. I can't believe I've never thought of this, but what you can do is once Rise of Iron comes out, instead of just buying 1 or 2 pieces of armor and weapons, you can actually go ahead, buy something that you like, go to your vault, dismantle literally everything that you have stored in there for dismantling purposes, go ahead and buy some more stuff, and you know, keep repeating this cycle. Right now, as you can see in my vault, I have a ton of legendary weapons and armor that I'm never going to use. I was going to dismantle it anyways, but instead I'm holding out until Rise of Iron. That way I'll be able to have like 600 legendary marks ready to go, and that'll be able to probably get me 4 to 5, maybe even 6 weapons, which is insane because as you all know, when Rise of Iron comes out, the stocks of the vendors and of the factions is going to be reset, so I'm very excited to see and try out all of that new gear. But that has been the video, guys. I hope you all enjoyed it. Definitely leave a like if any of this has helped you out. Have a great day, and I'll see you all later. Peace.